Do you want to get better at photography? Do you want to be able to look back in, say, 12 months and just see a very clear progression in your work? I know I definitely would. It doesn't matter what the outlet is, whether it's music, painting, photography. I feel like there's one key thing which is separating the good from the great. What is it? It's dedication. When it comes to landscape photography, it's easy for us to make excuses. Maybe we don't want to lose sleep. We don't want to head out and endure the elements. Maybe we don't want to drive for hours, go hiking, you name it, right? You know all the excuses. Why am I bringing this up? Well, there's one key thing which I think is going to help with staying dedicated. And that key thing is pre-visualization. Being able to pre-visualize that final result. What is waiting at the end of the hardship? Pre-visualization, I feel like, is something that I've always naturally done. But there's one key question that always comes to mind as part of that whole pre-visualization process, and that question is, what if? What if it actually happens? What if everything aligns? And it's that question of what if which has just driven me since day one. It just gets the better of me. It's like a curiosity and I can't shake it. And ultimately, I'd rather try and even fail than not try at all. So where am I going with all this? Well, look, it's just one of those mornings here. It's autumn, and come autumn time, the air is getting colder, but the lake is still a little bit warmer than that air, which means we get fog generate and build up over the town, over the lake. And on these mornings, it's a bit miserable. It's a little bit hard to get outside. There's no light, it's pretty grim, it's cold, it's damp, but pre-visualization. I'm thinking about that fog in the rainforest. Now, I know from experience, the fog doesn't really get into that low level rainforest. It's got to be higher up. So I think what we're going to try and do today is get higher up. We need to head up the side of the mountain to get some elevation and basically trying to get within the cloud in the temperate rainforest. I'm pre-visualizing that beautiful mist and fog surrounding the rainforest. Now, it's easier said than done. We're going to have to take the boat out and cross the lake, and then we're going to jump on the track in order to quickly get some elevation gain. It's about 3 degrees outside this morning. It's looking pretty average, but that thought of what if it works, it's got the better of me. So we've got to go try. Let's go see what we can do. No, it doesn't look promising, but this fog, it's a low inversion layer. If we can get above the fog in the forest and get into that point where the sun is mixing with the fog, we could get some pretty special conditions. I'll be lost without my son Judah helping me prep the boat.
So I got one half.
Which one's half? The one that's plugged in?
No, this one.
Ooh, look at that fog. Ooh, yeah. All right. Gear up. Well, it's either going to work or just be a nice morning to get out, get some fresh air. I know it just looks absolutely miserable. But you got to pre-visualize being in the forest. See what's happening here, what I mean. The lower part of the forest is just bare, no fog, but then it begins higher up. You can see perfectly here what I mean about the fog. It just doesn't start down low. It's not until that air rises and cools, and then it begins to build up. All right, boat tied up, boots are on. Let's go for a walk. We're starting to get into the cloud base now. Oh, have a look up here. Very gentle. It just cleans up the background. We've got to get a bit more though, hopefully. We'll keep climbing up. It's hard because the trees do somewhat block it from coming right in, unless it's really thick. Now we're talking. Keep going a bit higher. Got to be able to actually find the subject and the composition. That's probably going to be the hard part. Getting up here is pretty straightforward. Conditions are looking great. We've got that diffusion now, it's just beautiful. So I'm still gaining some height, so it's only going to help the matter. And I'm just scanning for a frame, for a subject. So I'm not going to just photograph for the sake of photographing. I really want to just see what speaks to me. Oh, look at this, guys. We're in it now. That's just beautiful, eh? I'm looking for the harmony amongst the chaos. What is going to jump out and just catch our eye? Specific tree, branch, who knows what. Look at that. Oh, hey, at least we got up into the cloud. It's just so peaceful. It doesn't feel right talking too loud, it's so calm. That looks nice. Nice rows, nice layers. I've walked up here pretty quick, so now it's just slowing down. You got to slow down in the forest. It's beautiful. Pretty much every direction is just looking beautiful. So I've grabbed out the mid-range lens. I've got a Tamron 28-75. Had this for years. This is a good lens for the forest. It's very versatile. And if you want to make trees look bigger and more impressive and showcase all the layers, it is good to have that zoom instead of being too wide. So we'll start to have a look around and we'll see what we can do. That's a nice frame. Lines. That light. Oh, gee, look at that. We're right in the high point of it now. Nice flow. Wow. It's pretty overwhelming. you can either go for that backlight or that beautiful soft side light as well. I'm still walking, just going higher still, and then I figured it'll burn off up here first and then I'll walk back down into it, so I might as well just get to the highest point. Man. Look at that light. So awesome. We're pretty much right at the top now of the cloud. Almost too much light up here. I think we start to backtrack. It's been over an hour of walking straight with just a little bit of shooting in between, obviously, so now start to go at a slower pace and just see what jumps out. Absolutely beautiful, guys. It doesn't always work out, as you know from recent videos, but when it does, it's something you just want to cherish, right? Beautiful. Tell you what, I'm getting a bit hungry, guys. Hungry and keen for a warm coffee. It's been quite a few hours now, so I'll make my way back to the boat and head on home. And something like this, if I can get 1 to 2 images, then I'll be happy. Now, I definitely shot more than that. There's probably a good 50 raw files at least from this morning. And when I'm shooting something like the forest in conditions like this, I am just kind of moving and flowing and not overly thinking, so I don't even really know what I've got. There was definitely a few little frames that I was like, wow, this is beautiful, but I don't know, sometimes it's almost like I black out a little bit and just get in the zone, so we'll see. But I got to take my time and get through these raw files eventually. Appreciate the support, guys. Hopefully I'll see you in a video soon. Cheers.